Alright, so I'm going to show you how to do today's lab. The first thing you need is a computer. The Lab Pro. There's a few wires that are out on your desks, so you'll need those. First thing you're going to do is, on the computer, connect the Lab Pro with the USB to the computer. So you can probably turn your computer on while you're doing this too. So we hook that up. Plug that into the USB port. So that's good. Then we need to plug this in to the power supply. So open up your wire there. Plug this in. There. And plug it in. And make sure the power strip is on. And you'll hear this beep. Like that. Alright. So then on the computer, you're going to go to Science Software and open up Logger Pro. And then we're going to connect this guy. This is called a photogate. And photogates use light to time things. So we'll talk about how that's going to time things in a second. But on the side that says Digital Sonic, you're going to plug the photogate wire in. And then the other side that looks like a telephone cord plugs in there. Just like that. Okay, got to make sure everything's screwed down tight. You're good. So then adjust the height of the photogate so that it's right on the middle of that card. And that's going to be different at every table. Once that's done, I'll come around and show you which file to open on the laptop. So call me over when you get to this point and I'll show you how to set that up. So what we're going to do in this lab, and we've talked about this in class, is we're going to pull this back. We'll deliver gravitational energy to this. And when we let go, that gravitational energy is going to turn into kinetic energy as it swings through the pendulum. Actually, I want to catch it on the other side, like that. All right? And our goal is to figure out what's the relationship between the energy we give it and the velocity it has as it passes through the bottom. So the computer is going to tell us the velocity of this card as it passes through the photogate. All right? So what will vary, the independent variable, will be to pull this back to different heights and let it move through just once, and the computer will tell us the velocity. And then we'll pull it to a greater height, let it fly through, pull it to a greater height, let it fly through. You don't want this thing to twist while it's flying, you don't want it to bang into the photogate, and it's got to be level. Notice there's two strings, it's got to be level as it moves through the photogate. All right, so your data table will be energy gravitational, excuse me, and velocity as it passes through. Now, energy gravitational, we have the equation m times g times h. M is the mass of this, so we calculate the mass, or sorry, measure the mass in kilograms. G is 9.8, it's our standard number. H is height, but it's not height above the table. It's not how high it is above here. It's how high it is above where it started. Okay, so you'll need your meter stick from your lab table. And I would just measure off the bottom, so make sure that's level. And this is starting at 15 centimeters. And then I'll pull this over here, something like that. I'm going to pull this back, so now the bottom of the card is at 20 centimeters. So the height is 5 centimeters, which you need to convert into meters. So let me know if you have trouble with that. So now I'm holding this at 5 centimeters, and I swing it through. And then have somebody catch it on the other side. So you'll calculate the gravitational energy for each height, but remember, it's not the height above the table, it's the height above where it ends up over here. Okay? So hopefully that gets you started. Let me know if you have any questions.